Okay, good evening, Hatfield. Welcome to the January 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Hatfield Select Board. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. And then for announcements, obviously I'd like to start by wishing everyone a very happy new year. Hope everybody enjoyed joyous and peaceful holiday season. Couple of things, tax bills went out. Do you know the due date on the tax bills?
February 1st,
February 1st for the first installment of the tax bills. Census forms are out, so that's obviously very important that you fill those out. And in there was also information about dog licenses. There was some other information too, maybe about voter registration.
There may be.
Yeah, so there was a lot of information in the in with the tax bills, or was it in with the census forms? I think it was in with the tax bills.
Oh, I don't know. But census was supposed to be going out too.
Yeah, census went out. So, and then, we just had Luminarium. It was a lovely night as usual. I just want to thank the Hatfield Celebration Committee, the Hatfield Fire Department, the Hatfield Firemen's Association for the work they always do on making that such a great night. And with a special shout out to Bobby Betzold, who's, taken the reins and did a great job with it, as with everything he does. He does a great job. So. Did you have anything?
I just want to mention the Hatfield band was there. They had members that performed that evening, and I think they should get a little applause too.
Absolutely. How about you? No, nothing. Anything? Okay. Is anyone here for public forum? No. Okay. So we'll move right into the agenda. We have some minutes to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the December 12th Select Board meetings in 2023.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve the minutes. Any further discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I did forget to read our public participation policy, so I'm going to backtrack. The Hatfield Select Board welcomes everyone to its meetings and all other public meetings of the town of Hatfield. All regular and special meetings of the boards and committees of the town of Hatfield shall be open to the public and shall conform to the open meeting law. Executive sessions are closed to the public and will be held only as prescribed by the statutes of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It is important to recognize that the open meeting law affords the opportunity to listen to the proceedings, but not necessarily participate. During meetings of the Select Board, an attempt will be made to find a balance between hearing from members of the community and conducting the required business of the Hatfield Select Board. So getting right into our posted business, topic 1, which was going to be an update on the water and sewer infrastructure improvements out on 5 and 10 has been postponed. That's unfortunate.
I understand that'll be the first meeting in February 6th.
Okay. Topic 2 is, so we do have this, we're not going to discuss this funding. Okay.
No, this wasn't, the board received this at the previous meeting.
Right,
and
okay.
We asked Mr. Ohl to appear.
Okay.
And
Well, we'll talk
he's
about it
also
next time.
revisiting the estimated costs.
Okay, great. Appointments and resignations. So we have Scott McCoy resigned from the Recreation Committee, and we have Ross Beck is interested in being on the Recreation Committee.
I make a motion to appoint Ross Beck to the Recreation Committee.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we have Karen Brodeur. Karen, thank you, has indicated she'd be interested in being on the Elderly Disabled Taxation Fund Committee, that's wonderful, Karen. I think you'd be perfect for that.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Karen Brodeur to the Elderly Disabled Taxation Fund Committee.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then Jessica Phaneuf, we're just accepting her resignation? Is that right?
I make a motion.
I didn't see
No,
that
I'm
on the
sorry.
agenda.
It's not on the agenda, but Danielle,
Danielle and Jessica have submitted their resignations.
okay.
But yeah, I don't have that on the
this
agenda.
one.
Where's the agenda amended to
Updated
add
one
those?
that was down there.
Oh, it's on the updated one?
Yeah, it's on the
It
amended.
is on the
one.
updated agenda.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I guess I didn't have
This is
that.
on the
Okay.
amended one.
So it's
Okay.
just to, so that's too bad because Jessica and Danielle have both done a ton of work on,
They have. A lot of
on the
work.
recreation committee. So we hate to see them go, but we understand it's, you know.
So we've posted those positions.
Okay,
if
so
anyone's
so there are
interested.
2 available positions on Recreation Commission. So we do have to vote to accept those resignations.
So I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Jessica Phaneuf and Daniel Stanisewski from the Recreation Committee.
Second.
A motion made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay. So annual town meeting articles, this is under your town administrator report, Marlene.
Yes, so the select board, as done previously, we developed those list of dates, target dates that we like to hit when developing the budget, going through the budget capital process, annual town meeting. However, we did not include, and we didn't do this last year, the board took it up as a separate matter, to set a date for petitions, articles that are submitted by petition. So I would ask the select board that, I had a date in mind and now I don't remember, I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. So I would ask that the select board submit an article, set a date for petitions, for articles submitted by petition. Can you get
Okay.
that straight? At least 2 weeks before
Mhm.
the annual town meeting warrant is signed. Only because, even though it's submitted as is, it needs to be typed into the warrant and town council needs time to
So
review
2
all the
weeks
warrant.
before it's due to be posted.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
So that date would be, because it has to be posted 2 weeks before town meeting,
No, actually, it's 10 days.
10 days, 10
before
business
town
days.
meeting.
So-
It just says calendar days.
So couldn't we figure out what this date would be? And
Yeah, I didn't bring mine.
that's okay. So we've got, town meeting is May 14th, right? So
Yes,
10 days, that's 7. It would be basically May 3rd would be, May 4th is really, I think, 10 days, but that's a Saturday. So we'd say May 3rd would be
yes,
the deadline for getting it posted.
correct.
So then
And
2
then 2
weeks
weeks
ahead of
prior
that
to
would be like
that.
April 19th.
Yes,
So, I mean, I think
Sounds
we could
about right.
set that date anywhere in the week of April 15th through the 19th.
Mhm.
So maybe we should just set it for the 17th. Petition articles have to be in by the April 17th.
okay.
Does that sound right?
That
Gives us a
sounds-
couple days
yes,
cushion.
That's reasonable.
Okay,
So
Okay.
April 17th.
just in case anyone is,
Would the board like to vote that?
sure, I'll make a motion that any articles that are submitted by petition must be submitted to the town clerk
Yes,
by April 17th. Because don't they have to have the signature
they do. It was
certified
the
and
town
everything?
clerk that brought this to my
So
attention.
is that enough time to signify,
They have to
certify the signatures and
certify.
everything? Or should we put it
Well,
maybe,
17th is a Wednesday,
yeah,
you said? Her office is closed on Wednesdays.
Why don't
I'm
we
just
say
thinking
on
maybe that
Monday, the
Monday, the
15th?
15th, yeah.
so I'm going to
She has
amend my
time to
motion
look at
to
that.
April 15th.
Okay.
That gives her that week to certify.
Oh, is that Patriots Day?
Okay, April 16th,
15th?
April
16th.
16th. Is she open on Tuesdays?
Yes.
Okay, Tuesday, April 16th will be the last date to submit
Okay.
warrant articles by petition. That's my motion.
You had a second.
I'll second.
over there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was too busy changing it a million times.
Yep.
So motion made and second, any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Boy, that's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for that conversation. I was prepared, I just didn't bring the information with me.
Well, we got there. Okay, so discussion of a vacancy for the Veteran Services Officer.
That position's been posted. There was some interest from a couple of individuals, but nothing official was submitted. So I've been in touch with the City of Northampton's Veterans Office, and they have indicated that they, could help us out, but they'd like me to draw up a proposal.
Okay.
But I wanted to just have a conversation with the board if that's what you'd like to consider asking Northampton to help us out until
Well,
we.
in the past, Northampton's been a backup for us, so
Mhm.
I don't see why not, but we should still continue saying if there's
We would,
somebody out there that wants
Yeah.
to fill that
yeah.
position.
But they would expect to be compensated for it.
Well, of
So
course.
I just don't know what that will be, but,
Let's find out
um,
what it is.
and, we want to
Come up with like a monthly dollar figure for what it would be, and maybe we can enter into the agreement on a month-to-month
Monthly
basis so that
basis.
if we're able to fill the position,
It's a good idea.
yeah.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our veterans continue to receive, their benefits. And I understand this month, there's quite a bit of paperwork that recipients need to submit if they'd like to continue receiving their benefits.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely
So-
want to make sure that they're getting,
Yeah.
assistance with those services. And
I'm glad to help the Northampton Veterans Office, but I'm not certain that I'm the right person to be doing that. It really should be
right,
somebody that.
I think
The
we have
other
enough.
thing other thing we should find out is if the software was all set up for our veteran service officer.
Yeah, Jerry was using
And if
that. and
Northampton has access
Joe.
to it, that would
They
make it
do.
easier for them to follow up on stuff.
They do. So that data, that software program that the veterans officer was using
Oh.
is the state's program.
Right.
And so Northampton has access to
And
that
they're-
information.
They know how to do it.
They
and
do.
everything, so that's
Mhm.
good.
That makes it easier.
Well, we're lucky that we have them to fall back on when, when this type of thing happens, but,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So I will continue to talk to
And so
them.
anyone who's interested in the veterans agent, veteran services officer position should reach out to you, Marlene.
Yes.
And I
absolutely,
believe
please.
I believe you have to be a veteran in order to have that position.
You do.
Yes.
Honorable discharge veteran.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, we certainly have lots of them in town,
Mhm.
so maybe somebody is wanting to fill that position.
Yes.
Okay, next is employee personnel forms for the COA substitute van drivers. So this is just, we don't have to vote these, right? We just sign them? Or do we have to vote?
Yes, these are voted.
Okay, so I'll take motions on these.
So I'll make a motion to accept the two van drivers. One would be Christopher Smith, and the other one would be Eugene Smith,
Mhm.
as presented before us by COA Director Geraldine Rogers.
Second that?
Motion made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the next order of business is the contract, Marlene?
Yes, I am sorry, I had hoped to have the contract for the board to sign tonight. As you know, the previous meeting, you awarded the project, the contract to Kiter Corporation, just a matter of getting the contract pulled together and having Kiter Corporation sign off on it. So it is in their hands right now.
Oh, so we don't have it yet.
So we
okay.
do not have it. So hopefully I'll get it back relatively soon. Would the board be amenable to a quick meeting if necessary before the next meeting, which is January 16th? So just be to come in and vote and sign the contract.
It's possible.
Okay.
I mean, my schedule's tough,
Mhm.
but I'm perfectly comfortable if these two can do it.
Okay.
If I can, I'll try to make it.
Sure.
Let's pick a date and I'll do my best, but
Okay. Will do.
that is all that's on the
Oh my
agenda.
God. Wow.
Let's remember this when we're sitting here for 4 hours when the budgets are going.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
No, I'm just surprised we only got one paper here. That's all.
I know,
is it,
That's
huh?
good.
that's
Yeah.
good. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Oh,
Second.
wait a second.
Thank you.
Okay.
Marlene, was there something else?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, I forgot all about that. So I had verbally communicated to the select board the earlier part of December that I would be retiring next year, which is this year. And I have submitted my official letter of retirement to the board. So I'm giving a full year's notice. And I just feel that the board needs that time,
Mhm.
and particularly going into the budget process for the next fiscal year. So I will end my full-time employment with the town as town administrator on December 31st, 2024.
Marlene, so I'm so happy for you. You've given years and years of just dedicated, exceptional service to the town, and I'm
Thank
going
you.
to really miss working with you. I appreciate the full year of notice. We're going to need it.
Thank you.
But good for you.
You know, I hadn't really thought about the years that
It's been a long time.
working. And when I, look back and like, how long have I been doing this? It'll be 35 years this summer. 35
Doing
years in
municipal work.
government.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
Well,
You gotta have a date.
That sort of gives away my age,
dates
doesn't
in.
it?
Karen fills the dates in for me. Well, and I mean, what year did you start working for Hatfield?
I think it was 2002.
2002.
And I had worked for Southampton for 14 years.
And I shamelessly stole her from Southampton.
Nice.
That is the truth.
Yes,
That is the
That is
truth,
the
because I
truth.
knew you from
through the Hampshire Council of Governments, I had met
through the
you.
Council of Governments and through Peter Cocott.
Yes, yes.
And I said, boy, it would be so good if she could work here.
Wow.
And then
happy
she
for-
interviewed and I wouldn't take
I'm
no for an
happy for you,
answer.
but I'm sad that you're going because we're
Yeah.
gonna miss your
Yeah.
wisdom, your work ethic, your intelligence. It's just,
Mhm.
you've been
Thank you.
above and beyond.
Taken 35 years to get that wisdom and knowledge.
Well, and it's the job has evolved too. And
Oh,
when you
yeah.
think about, when I think about, some of the big things we've worked on, when I've been on the board, and I know when under other boards, when I wasn't on the board, really big projects,
Yes.
really big issues that came before us,
Yeah.
some difficult things. that
I've
we-
reflected on some of those. Yeah,
Yes.
going way back.
Oh,
It's like, wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, some tough, rough waters that we waded through. and-
Your first several years on the board,
Mhm.
there were some tough times
There was
there.
a lot of tough stuff.
Yeah.
That was back my
Mhm.
first
Your first
go round.
round, yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Well, I'm
Wow.
glad that we
So-
still have a year to work with you.
Yes, thank you for
and-
giving us great notice.
It's interesting
Yeah.
though. I would still like to do some part-time work. It's still municipal work because I enjoy it so
Oh, if
much.
it's in your blood, it's
But
in your blood.
on a flexible schedule because I do want to spend more time with my family.
Of course. You're here a lot. I don't think townspeople realize how many
Yeah.
hours Marlene puts in this building.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, have to
And
get the
certain
job-
times of year are just
have to get the job done.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I think that's probably the last couple of years. What has worn me down the most is the budget process.
The budget process,
the
which
months, yeah.
we are determined to streamline this
Mm,
year.
yes.
We're going to really try to streamline that. It was way too much the
Yeah.
last couple of years
Mm.
on all of us. It was a
Yes,
lot.
It's been a tough go, and I mean, I have some other ideas for when we get into discussion on it.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Marlene of ways to put reins on it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Well, I'm open
I
to
think we
all of
just
those
gotta
ideas.
Put our foot down and say, this is it, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So my suggestion would be that, I mean, the next few months are really just taken up with budget preparation, town meeting preparation. I just don't think it's prudent to really add much else to that. But I think we should think about the advertisement and the job description and
Mhm.
have everything pretty much teed up and ready to go so that we can actually do this search maybe over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because whoever we bring in is probably also going to want to give a decent notice to wherever they're
That's right.
leaving.
Yes.
So maybe if the search is actually happening over the summer, interviews and that
Mhm.
sort of thing, and then someone could come on late fall, maybe have some transition time.
Mhm.
Yeah, we want to have a good transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. for sure.
Yeah, it's a big job. You've got a lot of irons in the fire, big projects that are
Mhm.
happening that people really need to come up to speed on and
Mhm.
all of that. So I mean, that's a very rough time frame. But I
That's very
think-
important for any person coming in to sort of be brought up to speed, and particularly on projects or things that are in progress.
Yeah. And I think we have to do a little research about, the pay. I
Mhm.
mean, Marlene, we probably should have been paying you a lot more all this time.
Well, I haven't complained about it, but
I know, but
Yeah.
that's been,
yeah,
so
just,
part of the budget discussions, it has to be.
it is, yeah,
Yeah,
But we know that it will work out somehow.
it will, Ed.
it will. Yeah, and you certainly deserve,
That's a
more
takeaway I
time.
learned from Ed. It'll always work out somehow.
it will, it will. All right, that's it.
Okay,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.